patient was anemic from the beginning. It was 7.8 gram hemoglobin, and we have tried to give blood transfusion. The party could not arrange, and gradually the anemia progressed. Hemoglobin was 4.6 on the day patient went into failure, and reticulocyte count was 5%. So we have investigated for hemolytic anemia, but LDH was normal and LFT was normal. Most probably it is a case of nutritional anemia, iron deficiency, response to iron therapy. Response to iron therapy, reticulocyte count increases. Because we have already given 2 units of blood plasma, we could not do electrophoresis. The permission came late. We have asked the patient to come after 3 months. Again, we will do this hemoglobin electrophoresis. This is the second case.
To stop this machine cetrizine.
No, we continue. We continued ATT. Patient is on ATT with iron and multivitamin, and after 3 months we will again do this electrophoresis. Because chest X-ray is typically a primary complex, and due to superadded infection, patient was on 9 days for ceftriaxone. We continued up to 14 days. With the ATT only patient improved. The second case, Deepa Mukhi, is 5.5 years from Bandhamunda. She presented with fever for 3 months duration, headache for 1 month, and vomiting 15 days. For which she was treated outside, and later on she was hospitalized to IGH hospital. Patient was asymptomatic 3 months back, developed high rise of continued fever and headache. There is also history of contact. Our mother is also a known case of tuberculosis, treated a few years back. She was treated at local IGH hospital with ceftriaxone for 3 weeks, as there was no improvement. LP was done, and it was suggested of tubercular meningitis. ATT and oral prednisone was started. The patient developed severe vomiting, and the party brought the patient to this hospital. Patient developed severe vomiting and pain abdomen. On examination, patient is also malnourished, body weight is only 11 kg, there is photophobia, bradycardia, pulse rate is 62 per minute, BP 100 by 70 mm mercury, chest sound vesicular, no added sound, CVS first and second heart sound are normal, no murmur, for abdomen soft, suprapubic tenderness present, liver smear not palpable, kidneys are not palatable, bile sound present. On CNS examination, patient is irritable, conscious but aphagic. Party gave the history since last 7 days. Patient is aphagic, not telling any word, but she is understanding everything. There is no cranial nerve deficit, no motor deficit. Deep tender reflex are normal, and plantar both is downward, but there is neck rigidity and karmic sign. Hemoglobin was 10.4 gram, ESR 90 mm in first hour. TLC count was 8,400, but urine shows plenty of pulses and RBC. There is a dysuria and fever also. Montour test is negative, HIV is non-reactive. But urine culture shows no growth and blood culture no growth. Our serum protein was 7.9 gram, bilirubin 0.5 milligram, albumin 3.7 gram per deciliter. SGOT, SCPT, alkaline phosphatase we are within normal limit. Blood urea is 15 milligram per deciliter. Serum creatinine is 0.6 milligram per deciliter, but there is hyponatremia. Sodium is 125. Patient is having severe vomiting. CSF shows 450 polymers, 80% lymphocyte, high protein, and AFP not found. ADA was 36 in Pennsylvania. Endoscopy shows bilateral LD papilledema. This is the chest X-ray. Chest X-ray is normal. Liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen are normal, but right and both left kidney are enlarged. There is a cystic lesion at cortical region of the right kidney, 35 mm into 23 mm size. There is moderate hydronephrosis of the left kidney, diffuse irregular wall thickness of the bladder. Cortical impression was renal cortical abscess with hydronephrosis and cystitis. This is the CT scan of brain done at Rourkela. It shows ventricular dilatation. This is lateral ventricle, they are also dilated. This is third ventricle. Third ventricle usually remains a slit-like opening in normal CT scan. When it is oval, it is suggestive of raised hydrocephalus. The report was subacute infarct right thalamus and left thalamoganglionic region, dilated supra and infratentorial ventricular system, suggestive of tubercular etiology. We have done here MRI of the brain. The MRI shows dilatation of this ventricular system, gross dilatation of the ventricular system. The report was bilateral cerebral white matter and deep grey matter vasculitis, communicating hydrocephalus, post meningitis. This is CT scan of the abdomen, shows enlarged kidney with focal lesion. This is CT scan of pelvis. Left kidney is mild hydronephrotic, small calculi is seen. Right kidney, there is pelvic calcium system dilated. There is multiple hypodense cystic area is seen in parenchyma. Bladder contracted with key calcified bladder mucosa, no peritoneal fluid. So the impression was bilateral hydronephrosis, focal pyelonephritis in right kidney, calculi in left kidney, chronic cystitis from TB. A diagnosis of malnutrition, tubercular meningitis with non-obstructive hydrocephalus and genitourinary tuberculosis. The problem during management was raised intraocular injection, patient has headache and vomiting. There is drug-induced gastritis and UTI also contributed to this vomiting. This was managed with Ryle's tube feeding and gradually we stopped the ATT for a few days and we started one by one after food with S2 blocker and antiemetic, and we could found with permutation combination that the prednisolone is the main cause of this gastritis and vomiting. In childhood tuberculosis, the steroid is appropriate prednisolone 1 to 2 milligram per kg, but the patient is not tolerating prednisolone, so we have started Decadron. We have also consulted neurosurgeon for this ventricular dilation hydrocephalus. He is of opinion that to continue this ATT, no surgical intervention is required at this moment. So we have given streptomycin, INH, rifampicin, paraginamide and divums, acetazolamide to reduce the CSF secretion. We started Decadron according to Harrison 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 milligram per kg, and we continued for 2 weeks each time, 0.4 milligram for 2 weeks, then 0.3, then 0.2 and 0.1 milligram. Patient tolerated and vomiting stopped, patient gradually improved, become afebrile, acceptable orally and started talking, then we have discharged the patient. This is the photograph patient at the time of discharge.
You will also LP.
No. So plenty of RBC and POSL. Patient has severe dysuria.
Why there is hydronephrosis?
Sir?
Bilateral hydronephrosis cause?
There is cystitis. There is also calcification in the bladder. There is also small renal stone. Renal calculi is there.
Small elastic for the
Bilateral hydronephrosis why?
My bile had may be due to this infection.
Cause of hydronephrosis.
But there is no hydrometer.
Huh?
There is no
Hydrouretus. Obstruction. From part of the bladder mucosa is also calcified.
Would it be reflux?
Sir?
Reflux.
It can be reflux.
Because that means pelvic
Bilateral. That means renal cortical abscess.
Common in male.
Yeah. So look for this.
Even baby.
But reflux usually occurs unilateral, not bilateral. Reflux usually occurs unilateral.
Pelvic junction में अलग होता है.
Now I am telling because if it is a bilateral hydronephrosis hydronephrosis, the obstruction most probably
In the bladder.
lower down. Lower down. That is
PUV.
most probably.
But the immediate management is very good. But for this tuberculosis, after that can be investigated further.
Just the bladder also
Lower down obstruction, that's why there is Bilateral hydronephrosis is hydronephrosis.
There are two. One is the CNS meningitis, and second
This
is
combination of TB meningitis and genital tuberculosis is very rare. Usually genital tuberculosis occur 10 years after infection. But is a 5-year-old child presented with genital tuberculosis and TB meningitis.
CNS and
Followed up urological because
We have shown the case, Devin has seen also this case. For some days when there is more dysuria and obstruction even, she was catheterized. After we removed the catheter, there was obstruction also. There is fan posture and RBC was coming.
cold ureter like electron adult fibrosis leading to cold.
Actually, what happened, the patient's father was a drunkard. He created nuisance here in the ward. 2 times he was admitted in the casualty. Third one, he had a head injury on the road traffic, having road traffic accident. So I was forced to discharge the patient. Now the patient is at Bandamunda. Dr. B.M. Panda is seeing that cases. Our railway doctor, patient is all right now. But this is the schedule after infection, the disease occurs in endocrine.